We women should not train like men do. I am a woman. I'm 40 years old. I have 2 kids. I want to break down this topic, how it is necessary for a woman to train her body, not in a bodybuilding mode, because bodybuilding is the world of we are more sensual, we are more connected, and we feel our bodies better than men. We need to move, we need to help our body on everyday basis. Just remember it. Millions of women go to the gym for years and never get the body they want. Not because we are lazy, not because we are not working hard, but because our bodies, women's body, cannot be trained as men's one. I'm Zarina Del Mar. You're on my page, Way We Move by Zarina Del Mar. I'm the creator of 3D movement system. I have more than 4 million followers around the world, and you may find all info about me. Just Google my name, Zarina Del Mar or Zarina Manankova. You may find articles in Forbes, Harper's Bazaar, Elle, and USA Today. What is important that my system is truly natural, basic movements, and it has been practiced by more than 500,000 women. And I know what to give you, how to help you to get the healthiest body, to stay in a great shape without pushing yourself to the limits and without torturing yourself. Girls, we need to remember, we are not small versions of men, and man is not a universal model of a human. I want to break down this topic, how it is necessary for a woman to train her body, not in a bodybuilding mode, because bodybuilding is the world of male's body. Why I have this authority and expertise to talk and advocate for women. I am a woman. I'm 40 years old. I have 2 kids. I have been training for recent 15 years, 5 of them in a very male protocol. So I've been doing CrossFit, I've been doing bodybuilding, my knees hurt, my lower back was a real disaster, and I've started to realize that I cannot live in this fashion. When I first gave birth of my first child, it was 13 years ago, and I realized that we are intelligently constructed, that we do not need these heavy vertical load, these linear motions to build up the best shape of our life. And I realized that many of them, like male trainers, they have problems with their body. Their knees hurt, their lower backs hurt, and actually they are just the muscle mass. They don't have and feel this fluidity and connection in their bodies. That's why I can truly speak on behalf of every girl and every woman. We women should not train like men do. There are 5 reasons. First one, and so important one, female cycle. So we have 4 phases of our cycle, and within each phase we feel our body differently, and our body reacts to the external load differently. Let's start, please. If you have your daughters, if you have your teens and their periods have already started, explain this to your girl, because she has physical education in her school and she needs to know this. First phase, the menstruation, from day 1 to day 9 or 10. During this period, our hormones are at the lowest position. We need to take care of our body. Many girls, they feel discomfort around their lower belly. That's why we should not do plank positions, we should not do crunches, and we should not do heavy lifting. We need smooth movements like the 3D motions of your pelvis or 3D motions of your spine, gentle movements. And I have such movements in my program 3D Woman, the class devoted to gentle mobility and fluidity. Yes, everything about fluidity. The fluid circulation inside your body, around your lower belly, within your pelvic region. Just take slow motions on everyday basis or even on every hour basis. So this is from day 1 to day 9 or 10. The next phase, the follicular one, all the hormones are on their peak. We feel ourselves super strong and we can lift heavy if you want. We can work with the weight of our body in 3D protocol. This is how I have constructed my new signature program, 3D Woman. I have great class about your lower body strength and mobility, and you should do it right away, just when you're during your second phase of your cycle. It goes from day 10 to day 15 or 16. It is great. And the main message from me to you, you can work, you can put load on your body just with your own weight. That's why I have included many motions in my 3D Woman signature program when you have to feel the weight of your body, just like standing on one leg and keeping neutral position of your lumbar spine. And now you start just bending and extending your knee. Just feel it. And I like to help my nervous system, to help my brain to connect with different parts of my body. And when I need to take control over this particular part of my body, I put my palm. So I need to put my palm on my lumbar spine just to control the position. And you may put the opposite palm on your lower belly to control the tension around your lower belly region, around your abdominal muscles, and everything you need just to find great balance and to bend and extend your knee. You're gonna feel your abdominal muscles, you're gonna feel your hips and your glutes. Great motion. When you're on the peak of your strength, you can try it. The next strong phase of your cycle, ovulation. Again, hormones are on their peak and you can do really heavy training, and you may try the class from my 3D Women program about your abdominal muscles and your upper body. I believe that every girl should be able to do push-ups. And you may progress with your push-ups and combine it with dynamic planks. There are a lot of dynamic planks in my program. So the push-up and then the side plank, just lifting your leg and keeping this nice position. And you're able to do it during the second strong phase of your cycle. And the last one, the fourth one, before the beginning of the next cycle, it goes from day 19 or 20 to day 25 or 28, depends on the length of your cycle. During this period, again, gentle motions, and you may find them in my 3D Women program, where I have included the class about improvisation, about the movement flow. So you need to remember, there is no practice in the world, yoga, Pilates, or martial arts, that has monopoly over the human movement. And while doing my signature programs, the classes for my signature programs, you start creating your own movements. You know that you can go down and up, that you can rotate, and then you have the full range of motion in each of your joints. And you start creating your own movement sequences. You learn more and you stay connected within your body. We are more central, we are more connected, and we feel our bodies better than men. This is all about women's cycle. So it means that we are active, half of it, and we're less active, but more central during the second half of it. Please just have your calendar and take a look. If you feel bad, you don't need to push yourself to the limits. You just need to grab the soft class from my program and do it. We need to move. We need to help our body on everyday basis. Just remember it. Let's move to reason number 2. Some exercises are not beneficial for women. I can imagine like male trainers writing hate comments under this video telling, no, you're not right. Every man and every woman, they shall do deadlifts, squats, and we use heavy load to keep bone density, to keep the growth of our muscles. Yes, that's true. You need lift weights to feel yourself strong, to grow your muscles. But have you ever imagined how it is to keep your own weight, how your bones, tendons, and ligaments keep your own weight? And you're doing this on everyday basis while you're sitting, while you're walking, or even while you're sleeping. Your system is creating this internal load over your joints. And I believe that when a woman around 30, 40, 35 or 40, she goes to the gym and the male trainer tells her, you need to lift heavy, girl, get rid of these punky weights and grab the heaviest one. So I have here like 16 kilos. It's not heavy. We know, we are mothers. 16 kilos, a kid of 3 or 4 years, I suppose. We are lifting our kids. We're lifting heavy stuff, heavy grocery stuff. We know how to work with the weight. But unfortunately, in the context of a gym, when we are asked to do a deadlift, we don't have enough awareness inside our body. We don't know how to position our feet. We don't know how to feel this inner support, to put our pelvic region in the right position, to put our shoulder blades in the right position, to protect our lumbar spine. That's why what I see among my girlfriends and among my clients, they have hurted themselves. And they think that this is because of the weights. They are now afraid of the weights. They are afraid of the movements, very basic one. Yes, it is basic, but we need to prepare our body. And we cannot prepare our body for these basic movements if we do not do different natural movement stuff on everyday basis. Yes, I can do it, but not because I'm doing this stuff on everyday basis. I'm doing my 3D stuff on everyday basis. I'm working on the mobility of my shoulders. You may try with me, lift your arms and push your palms into the ceiling, and now try to go down and up, just standing on one leg. Down and up. Try to feel your body. I have great class on legs and glutes from my signature program 3D Women. We are working within this class with no weights, extra weights at all. But we are putting so much pressure because we are creating it inside, and we are giving a certain task to our brain and nervous system. Let's coordinate everything. Let's combine everything. Let's think about what we are doing. That's why if you even like heavy lifting, think about movement, think about internal support, and try this great class from my program. If you are an experienced heavy lifter, you will feel amazing about your body. You will be so amazed that you can create so much load just putting different body parts in a very right way, and just forcing your nervous system to start coordinating all the body parts in one movement. That is how you will feel all the muscles you have never thought about. Reason number 3, childbirth and pelvic floor. Please answer. If you order a taxi, who would you prefer to be your driver? The one who has done 10K rides, or the one who has read 10K books about how to drive a car? The answer is obvious. What's happening when you go to the gym and the male trainer trying to help you with your pelvic floor muscles, with your abdominal muscles? He may be very experienced in what he's doing, but he has never felt this weakness, this pain, and the way that you feel yourself after giving a birth within a month, then 2, then 6 months. I have seen so many girls being super lean around their body except their belly region. Everything is overstretched here in the lower belly, around your pelvic floor. You have lost this hammock feeling and hammock structure here. Your ligaments and tendons are super overstretched, and you need to bring it back. You are prohibited from lifting heavy. And I still remember this first run after I gave a birth 13 years ago of my first child. I was trying to run, and I felt this heaviness and swelliness, like I'm really running, and the idea of hammock came up to me while I didn't have kinesiology and anatomy background. I've started researching and I've started my education in this field after I gave a birth of my second child. But I felt it, like what is happening? It seems like all my internal organs are falling out and my belly is sticking out and protruding because I don't feel connection, I don't feel support, this inner support. I have lost it totally. And I've started to search what I can do. And I found the way. First of all, your breathing muscles. Second of all, you are a pressure system. And when your muscles are weak or becoming weak because of the 9 months of being pregnant, you are losing this support for your pressure. So, like you are hydrodynamical structure, the pressure here is, we are creating this pressure 24/7, and you need internally to control it. Of course, our nervous system, our brain controls perfectly, but after certain events like childbirth, you're losing it and you need to bring it back. And I have created the great class Deep Frontal Line within my new program, 3D Women, when you can start feeling your deep frontal line, your main line of support. So I'm keeping my feet close to each other, and I will try to do inhale with the whole torso, with the whole pelvic region through my nose. And while I'm going to exhale, I'm going to put my heels in the center. I'm going to put my knees out, my shins out, my hips out, and keep this lengthening through the top of my head. Exhale. And you feel it, your deep frontal line. It goes along, it starts from the arch of your foot. It goes along your shins, your inner thighs. It goes inside your pelvic region, along your spine till the top of your head. This is our support and our inner strength. Believe me, there is no man that could explain you what you need to feel. Even when you're sitting in deep squat position, you can work on your pelvic region. Yes, and it's not about training with vaginal walls. Vaginal walls won't help you. You're just, you have this leakage and you need to prevent it with creating more elasticity around the area of pelvic region. If you're just working on your vaginal walls with the vaginal bolts, it won't help you. You need to strengthen and you need to create elasticity through movement, through your fascia sliding and gliding, and through your tendons lengthening and coming back, just working as a resistant bands inside your body. Reason number 4, lifestyle. Of course, we all have 24 hours per day, but it seems like men have a little bit more. When your husband or your partner is waking up, the breakfast is ready, the kids are ready, they go to school, and then you need to deal with all the timeline of your own and your family members, and maybe you're doing your great corporate job or you're an entrepreneur, so it is really overwhelming. And Everything outside, everyone outside are telling you, you need to lift heavy, you need to work on your elasticity mobility. That means that you need to have maybe yoga classes or Pilates classes. You need to do your sprint interval training. That means that you need to find time for running, for speed running, but you have these 7 days per week. You want to have a rest, you want to read books, you want to develop yourself in different fields, but at the same time you understand that the main support comes from your body. That if you cannot control everything in your life, the only organism and the only system you can control is your body. And you take more energy from your body when your body is movable, mobile. And this is how I came to the idea of 3D movement system. That the movement is a part of our life. We should not spend 2-3 hours in a gym 2-3 times per week. We need to move on an everyday basis. But how? I forgot how to move. I lost control over my body. That is how I regained everything. I got the education in the field of anatomy and biomechanics, and I realized you don't need more than 30 minutes, but on everyday basis. You may really need even 5 minutes, but on everyday basis. This is how my new signature program is structured. We have 7 classes and that's it. Not 70, not 700 classes. You have within my program 7 basic classes. Each of them is no longer than 30 minutes. You can find this little time for yourself on everyday basis. It becomes a habit and you're gonna see the result in just 10 days. Your body will gonna change. It is super adaptive, but you need to feed it with the right movements. Even your arms spread, you do a fist and you move in, out, then you put your arms up and you move your arms out and bend your wrist. And with this position, you're doing the full circles, but you keep this bending so that you really can feel all the muscles around your arm line and your spine. This is how you can help yourself on an everyday basis. And I'm giving really natural movements that are easily incorporated in your everyday routine. Please bear this in mind and remember, easy, accessible movements are better on everyday basis, are better than 2-3 times per week in the gym when you're super exhausted, when you're feeling that you have taken this time from your kids or your partner or your husband or your family or from your business partners. Invest time in yourself, just 30 minutes, but every day. And finally, my favorite one, reason number 5, nutrition. You know, when my husband tried to lose weight, belly weight, so around the belly region, he started to eat more protein and less carbohydrates. And what I have seen, in just 3 days, I've seen his nice, not 6-pack, 8-pack belly. We are not the same. You remember reason number 1, female cycle. We should train differently during different phases of our cycle, and we should eat differently during different phases of our cycle. Remember the 4th phase and the 1st phase. So you should not starve yourself. You should not eliminate carbohydrates. You should eat carbohydrates, not sugar, not sugary stuff, but good whole foods. Carbohydrates, I like buckwheat, I like, sweet potato. You should feed yourself, feed your hormones. And during the 2nd and the 3rd phases, you may starve yourself, you may play with the nutrition, with the number of the meals during the day, you may even try fasting. But nowadays, I read from many researchers, I have learned from many researchers that fasting is not so beneficial for perimenopausal women. That in the morning, when the cortisol is high, we need to put something into our body. Usually I put Greek yogurt or 2 eggs without egg yolks or a piece of meat. So we need protein in the morning. And then during the day, we need to control the sugar level, the sugar blood level, and we should not eat something sweet on empty stomach. That's what I am controlling, I'm taking control over. And after each meal, I'm moving. I can do any simple movements like working with my spine, bending and extending my spine together with my pelvic region, and then do some pelvic circles or even lymphatic jumps. By the way, I have great lymphatic class within my new signature program, 3D Women. So just 5 minutes of movement after each of your meal, it will be great. And I'm now 40 and I've been dieting since 13, since my puberty, because I was a quite chunky teenager. And what I've realized, the more you start, the more you gain. You're losing muscles, but you gain more fluids under your skin, and the whole metabolism, you ruin the whole metabolic process inside your body. Luckily, I've understood it 10 years ago and I've stopped any strict dieting. I eat everything, even chocolates, even cookies. But I have this main idea that I'm managing my glucose levels, glucose spikes, and I'm eating more protein without fasting, without starvation, but having particular and regular meals during the day, 3-4 meals, having certain periods of no food inside my body, like 3 to 4 hours, so no snacking. You have your whole meals, 3-4 meals per day, and that is more than enough. So, in a nutshell, please remember, we are different. Women are not small versions of men. Men are not the ideal universal model of a human. We should not train the same. That's why I have created my 3D Woman training system. It is all about you. You may try it using the link under this video. You may join my great community of women who really do care about their body, about this deep connection with their body, and they really feel that everything they own, everything they can control, and everything that gives them energy is inside their body. So thank you for staying with me. Let's move together.